get to places like this where obviously I can't walk that way. That's the way I have to go. But I have to go this way and then turn. And sometimes I don't turn enough, or I turn too much, end up walking in the wrong direction. It's actually makes it very easy to lose your bearings.
Well, hey folks, my name is Brad. If you happen to be new to my videos, I explore the mountains of Vermont, searching for treasure with my metal detector. And today's video is part of my Misadventure series, days that just don't go quite as planned. And on today's adventure, I was just thankful I didn't end up going home with less than I started with.
We are once again back up in the mountains on a piece of property we have been on the last, I think this is my third trip. First trip, I found the Fujio. Second trip, Chris absolutely killed it with the Vermont and the half real. And those were two individual foundations. And I know of at least one more. There might be two or three more. So we are hiking to the least likely foundations as we speak. I'm actually not even sure I'm walking in the right direction. I think I am. This is clearly an old logging trail. You'd think after being here 3 times I would have known my way around a little bit, but I don't. And a little added detail about today is exactly 1 year ago today. This is being filmed on September 17th, is when I mysteriously fainted. And then the following, I don't know, 6-8 months, I was on a different planet. This brain fog was very debilitating in the first month or two, but then just always there. So I am celebrating today, feeling good. Hopefully we can find some treasure, even if not. Just being out here is going to be enough.
The following 2 hours consisted of mostly hiking, but also some metal detecting around a few locations the owner of the property had pointed out for me, all of which unfortunately yielded no interesting treasures.
Well, just like that, we are back to where Chris and I were. I checked 3 other points of interest, all no good. I have one other place that I know is good, but it's a ways away. So we're gonna spend maybe a couple hours here, see if we can find a few things. Maybe we'll stay. If it ends up being successful, maybe we'll leave. We'll see. Right here we have a 47, which is a low tone, but we're at an old spot. We'll see. There we go. Yep. That appears to be a little piece of brass. Very thin. So I'm pretty sure that this is a button of a different style. You can see that there's no shank, and the outside edge is curled backwards as if it would have fit over something. Now, when I was looking at this right out of the ground, I thought maybe I saw a design. So we're gonna wash it off here and take a look. Yeah, I saw those bumps. Not sure. I'm going to say it's a button of a different style. Let me know what you think that design is on there, if it is at all. This is a 70. Ooh, look at that. That's an old table knife, iron. It looks like it is complete. Short little tang on the handle. Would have been longer in wood or bone, I suppose. There's actually a little bit left. Late 1700s table knife. All there. A lot of times we'll find just this bit or just this bit. That's a great find. They all have this same shape where it kind of rises up at the tip, rounded. Great find. This is just a really quiet 58. What's this? I think button. Yeah, kind of. This is just the back of an old button. You can see this shank is just a little piece of wire that is bent over on the inside. And then the outside very likely could have been the other one I found earlier. I think this is a little bit too small for that one, but we can imagine how those two things would have worked together. That's cool. That's an old one. You don't see them like this very often. This is just a 51. This, that's a tiny little musketball. Little, I think, yeah, little bucketball. It's a common find. Well, I just got a very loud target, and I knew it was going to be iron, so I didn't even turn my camera on, but I think it's going to be a big pot. Maybe. I don't know. Oh no, I see. It's a shovel. You see this? This is where the handle would be. Let's see if we can get it out. It's a shovel. What do we think? Is it an old one? I think so. Wow, yeah, look at that. Old square shovel, I'd guess. Rivets. Interesting. Up against this tree, I thought it was going to be a pot. Like a big Dutch oven type kettle, but that's interesting. What do you think? Somebody was metal detecting here in the 1800s? Just kidding. All right, mixed with all this iron, got a 72. This is this it? That's interesting.
And with this tiny brass artifact, which still remains unidentified, although it does somewhat resemble a piece of an old musket, I decided it was time to move on from this site where Chris and I had so much success, and return to where I found the Fujio scent just a few weeks prior.
Well, we are on the move again. Today is not shaping up to be a successful day. What's funny is the day that I fainted a year ago, I actually had a failure of a day where I hiked like crazy and it was super hot and I didn't find anything. I didn't get a video made. Just like today. So you can see clearly this has all been logged. Obviously it's very thick, but all these saplings make it real tough to walk through. It's actually makes it very easy to lose your bearings. I have to stop and check my phone's GPS every 5 minutes or so. And then, get to places like this where obviously I can't walk that way. That's the way I have to go. But I have to go this way and then turn. And sometimes I don't turn enough, or I turn too much, end up walking in the wrong direction. But we're not in a rush. We can meander a little bit. Well, it is about, I would tell you exactly what time it is, but sometime throughout the day, my watch fell off. So I lost my watch, but it's midday afternoon. And now I'm way back to where I found the Fujio. And I've been here for, I don't know, an hour. And I found one button. So holy smokes, what a day. As I had mentioned at the beginning of this, I'm happy just to be out here doing this. Kind of wish I found a couple things and didn't lose my $250 watch, but you know, it's the way it goes. And I've thought about going back and trying to find the watch. However, I looked at my GoPro footage and I can see it in one piece of footage, which I remember where that was. And then the next piece of footage, I know where that was. My watch was gone. But I did a lot of walking between those two places, and they were not on trails. And the chances of me finding it are 0. So I'm not even going to try. It actually has like a GPS tracker in it, but you have to turn it on via the watch. So that's not going to work. So my plan is I'm going to spend a couple more minutes here, and then I'll probably finish out the day where Chris and I were last week. Because of all of the places I've been today, that is where I found the most stuff, albeit just a couple buttons. Or I could just go home and edit and actually accomplish something. But I'm already here, right? I'm already dressed. I got my gear all charged up, ready to go. It's in my hands. We're in the woods. Might as well stay and see if we can find a few things. 63. Tiniest little button. I haven't actually really been over in this side yet. This is a good sign that there's going to be stuff in this area. It's really tricky with these old places because you have to assume that there was a front, and that's where people spent the most time. I feel like I've already cleaned that area out. So I'm doing some loops. And found an old button over here, so that's good. 71. There it is. It was so shallow, it fell out. Over here somewhere. This, yeah, well, that's an old button. Incredibly shallow. Yeah, it looks like there was some kind of floral design on it, but unfortunately it's obviously totally broken in half. That's cool. Well, I made the call, and all day, all I found was a couple buttons, some iron things, and lost my watch. And I decided to call it a day because I could probably spend another 3 hours out here and find a couple more buttons, maybe a coin if I'm lucky. But that still wouldn't be enough for a video, so I'm going to start hiking out. I'm going to hike roughly in the area where I was roughly when my watch fell off. No plans of finding it, but we'll try. And we're going to scout a new location on the way home, on the drive home. I was really doing a lot of bushwhacking, pushing through saplings and pine trees and stuff. I have to assume that is when my watch fell off. I'm at the location where I noticed my watch gone. We're going to try to sync to it. See if it's in the area. And it is not. I didn't think it was, but so this is the trail I hiked when I had it on my wrist. Last I knew I did. And so every, I don't know, 100 paces or so, we're going to recheck.
I continue down this path, making my way to my car, refreshing the Bluetooth on my cell phone every minute or so, hoping to see it connect to my watch so that I would be able to activate an alarm that I could hear through the forest.
Well, I just connected to my watch. You gotta be kidding me. Can't believe it. Unbelievable. Well, find of the day. The day was not a failure. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I didn't even know this thing had a find my alert. Absolutely crazy. It's kind of like reinvigorated me here. I don't know if I want to metal detect a little bit longer. I should probably go. Guess I'm done. Get some work done at home. Well, the day was not a failure. Not going home with less than I came here with, that's for sure.